Right. So all the coins are sorted by alphabetical order, starting with 1 inch. 1 inch. This is a weekly scale. So today we are going to look at weekly scale. Sometime in some coins we will drill down further on need basis, but I would like to keep at one weekly scale to see a big picture. Now, 1 inch has hit R9, so you can expect R10, and in my opinion, there will be R11. So 1 inch, you can expect there are a couple of resistance to hit. This is not just one of resistance. For 1 inch, you can expect two more resistance coming up. Awe is still in this box until and unless it breaks above. Um, I think we had to wait. This is under consolidation. So far, so good. Setup is good. Once it breaks above, we can expect it to make big moves. ADA has already broken above R12. It's on move. Today it's down by 3%, but that's not a problem. It's on move, as you could see. So it's good. Algo is now coming out. As you could see, last week was the important one. This week also now little bit hesitant though. However, it's not that bad. It's near R7, and then you can expect, but you can expect it to hit R8. Right. So this is a move, but real fun would be after R8, in my opinion. Until then, it could be moving up, but in a slow manner. Atom Atom had a breakout, but this is not a clean breakout. It went up and then immediately brought down. But the good thing is it's consolidating at R6. It's not losing its value a lot. So this is not a problem. This will not change anything. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing it on a weekly scale. Usually I do on a 3 day scale, but I purposefully doing on a weekly scale so we can filter out noise. Awe, as you could see, now it's bouncing nicely. So some of the charts are going to be alike. So I may move faster for some of the coins because there's not much to add. I would add if something very different or unique. I would otherwise simply says it's looking good and moving up. Simple statement is good enough, I think, unless there is anything to be emphasized for any coin. Okay. So band is volatile, it's showing a lot of volatility. It is not like in past, not like last year. If you look at last year, it was very convincing move. If you look at this move from this to this, like multiple weeks, excellent move. However, this coin is totally a different coin, as if it's a different character. And I was very much interested because of its achievement. But this is one thing you have to note, that past achievement you can always consider, but you cannot assume that a coin will repeat itself. I mean, repeat its performance, good performance, and we have to be open about it. So naturally, if the coin has done exceedingly, I mean, extremely well in past, you can definitely expect it. But it failed, in my opinion. The band has failed so far. It hasn't performed the way it performed last year. So this was a good chance, in my opinion, especially here. Here, it should have gone up if it had enough firepower, but it didn't. It pulled back. But still, this was a cup and handle. If you look at, this is a cup and this is a handle. Again, it tried to break up and it was shot down. So this is third loop. You can imagine, this is a first loop, this is a second loop, and this is going to be a tiny third loop. So maybe once this is broken above, we'll have to see. But so far, so good. You have to put whole entire move, like multi-month, like since August last year. You have to put this into one segment and say this is whole entire thing is consolidation. So if this is a consolidation and if this is a boundary, the orange line is providing the boundary, roughly speaking, like this. It's not perfect though, but if I can connect this one, if I'm connect different wicks, then it gives me some, yeah. So this boundary, I think the next thing is to see how it does, how it moves once this is broken about, once the orange line is broken about. So that's why the real, I think we'll be excited to see what it does after above R8. But until then, you can expect it to just move slow because it is going through resistance. So that's banned. And if it could repeat what it did last year, then it would be amazing. But as I said, seeing is believing. Let it prove itself. If it make a major move, then it will, at least highlight that, yeah, it's back. At this moment, this is multi-month of consolidation, which is sometimes good actually. You know what this So if this multi-month of consolidation would have enough firepower, okay, technically speaking, enough firepower to make a big move. So sometime we have to see. At this moment, there's nothing. So we'll see how it does. BCH is already on move. So this if you look at it, it's completing this whole entire structure. So the R, when it hits R6, it will complete this loop. Then you can expect a little bit of pullback here and then move up and resume its journey. But when this was an important move, if you look at this cluster, this was a big resistance because it was going through this, it was changing the trend. And this was a center point. You can say a pillar. Okay. And uh, then it's forming a bowl kind of a structure. And there may be a little handle and then move up. So that could be a potential move. Sometime it doesn't retrace a much and goes up. We'll see. Right now, I think we'll see how it does after R6. There are a few patterns it could form. At this moment, the pattern is simple, on which I analyzed earlier, which is I was expecting it to hit R6, and it is, I think, very close by. So far, so good. BNB has moved up significantly. And I'm not saying it's done, but sometime, I mean, you this is a coin where I will not assume that the coin will move with the same pace from here on. It might slow down a bit. And this is where trader has to understand that it had enough, I mean, it had amazing move. Then this was also not bad. But will it repeat the same going ahead? I would say it might, but I would not assume so. So maybe it has done its job, go through consolidation, but not necessarily for sideways. It may move across. And you will see YFI and some other coin have moved across. So we'll see that. Again, there are a couple of patterns every week. We'll have to analyze and see what kind of pattern is building. But looking at this one, it seems it's unlikely to make huge move. That's my take. It could make, I mean, it is likely to continue making progress, and maybe it will spend some time near R8, but very unlikely that it will make this kind of move from this point onwards, at least not showing a sign at this moment. So I would not focus too much if on BNB. Okay. And if it changes, we'll see. But in this week, at this moment, I don't see anything major. See, this is it doesn't mean it's bad. It's always about comparison. And I'm not going to tell you, as you know, that which one is good, which one you should buy and all, because we are not into that consulting. But if you focus on what I'm saying, the kind of words that I use, you will get a clue and you will be able to rank them that way. So you will get an idea what I'm trying to say from my perspective, of course. And another fact is, crypto world is so crazy. Few hours can change the game. Few hours can change the game. So whatever we are seeing at our weekly scale, usually when you do this on stock market, weekly scale doesn't change often. But crypto is very different. Crypto, even weekly scale you track, few hours can change the weekly pattern, which is very strange for traditional market, but it is true for crypto. Few hours of price movement could change the weekly pattern, even weekly pattern, which is usually does not the case. But yeah, so let's say whatever I'm saying, if next week if there is crazy move, let's say on upside, then the coin which we saying consolidating, who knows, they might pop out and then do something amazing, right? So but assume that this is what, based on what I'm seeing right now and what the recent past. Okay, we saw BTC. It is on move. Nice candle. Look at the weekly. It's shaping up nicely, and the balance is definitely on the higher side, right? Upside. So here, when it was near this level, 55K, it was right in middle, and it could have come down all the way down here. It's all about balance. When it was here, it would have, if it would have started, it would have broken below this yellow channel that you see, and could have then I mean come down all the way, because then there is a left side wing, then there would be a centerpiece, and there would be, kind of a head and shoulder if you look at it. But I'm not saying, so the head and shoulder is a tricky pattern, just to let you know. Head and shoulder, once you see this kind of thing, you cannot just assume it's going to be head and shoulder. There are some properties that you have to track. There are certain levels you have to track. When certain levels are broken, the balance changes and the pattern changes. So it's true not just for head and shoulder, but it's true for any pattern. So in TA, what happens is, when a TA sees a chart, sees a pattern, and remember, the pattern is different at different time scale. What you see here on a weekly scale, you will see something different if you change it to daily and so on. So the pattern also changes as you change the time scale. Now, TA would track the pattern. That means a pattern would have a boundary. For an example, simple example being, this is a pattern, right? What is this pattern? This is a square. This is a pattern. Now, if I hide this one, and if I say this right now looks like rectangle, right? You don't see the right other part, but let's say this looks. If I ask you what is this, you're going to say this is rectangle. But if I say, so this pattern is rectangle. This, when I say pattern, means shape. Pattern is shape, right? Nothing but this is a regular shape. On chart, what we see is irregular. What are irregular patterns in nature? Let's say cloud is irregular, water is irregular. These are all irregular shapes in nature. Nature never makes regular shape. Only human makes regular shape. Okay, that's so interesting. um, Nature creates fractals. If you're interested, search of fractals, see some YouTube video. Nature, and interestingly, this was one of my subjects in my computer engineering class, computer graphics. Fractals is subject, and we used to do animation in our engineering curriculum. And what you see, so whole animation movie business is based on the fractals. And there are formula. If you write equation, you can create fractal and you can create cloud. So earlier, cloud used to be a irregular shape, water used to be irregular shape, anything like geography of an earth or land mass, everything is irregular. But because of fractal, we found there is a mathematical formula. And not everybody knows that fractal is a repeating pattern in itself. um, Parent and child, if you zoom in, the same pattern repeats itself infinitely. And that's how it is. And actually, when you code animation, it is like that. We write a function and we call recursively, like again and again. And that's how we build it. And I have written some program as part of my engineering, as I said. And it's simply, if you make a cloud, if you want to make a cloud, there's a formula for making cloud, and so on. So the point is, we human have decoded the pattern of cloud. Earlier it used to be irregular, but it's not irregular. There's a pattern. So coming back to our main theme. This is interesting topic, and I love to talk about it. So maybe I spend a little time. But what you see here on chart is also pattern. For you, when you look at the chart, it seems irregular, but it's not. Okay, it's irregular unless you find a pattern. So it's like that. So once you find a pattern, it's no longer irregular. You see things like, even in cloud you see things like you see mountain or birds or something like some shape, but that is again a relation. But point is, if you want to replicate the cloud, how would you do it? So how, what is the formula for it? And there is a formula. So anyway, so my point is, nothing is irregular. It's irregular only until it is unknown. Otherwise, once you find the formula, there is a pattern. There is a repeating pattern, and you can actually find out. So coming back to my example, if I ask you what is this, you will say rectangle, no doubt, because you don't know the unknown. Now if I say this is square, your mind changes. What your mind would do, that means your mind will project the second half of it. And what is not invisible but mind can visualize it. If this is if this is square, that means your mind says the half part must be on the right hand side, which is this is not a perfect square though, but maybe this is the perfect square. So if I show you, and this is rectangle, but if I say this is actually a square, then your mind immediately project it. And and that is ta. If I want to say this is ta and this is pattern, this is how ta recognize a pattern, that this looks like rectangle, but ta says this is not rectangle, this is actually a square. Okay. And then if ta is right, then the time reveals the pattern, like this, like I'm revealing the pattern because it's building it. And when it is revealed fully, then you will see, oh yeah, you know what, it was rectangle but now actually it's a square. So that's where ta comes in play. That's where the pattern recognition happens, and this is where the projection comes in. So if you understood this, I think you understood the crux of ta as far as pattern is concerned. And this is what I do when I see things. When I see a chart, I recognize a pattern, and I know that this pattern it would or likely to be in this shape. Like as I said, when I see this, you will say this is a rectangle, but for me this is not rectangle, I'll say this is going to be square. Now time will tell whether it turns out to be true or not. And for some reason, for some reason, uh, if I say, if when the time reveals the pattern, and if I see, let's say this is progress in time, right? And if I see deviation in the shape, pretend that the shape is changing, then I had to be open enough to say that no, it's not square that I was thinking. It looks like it's going to be some other shape, like maybe it's making a um, some hexagon or something. I mean, this is a regular pattern, but in irregular there are a lot of possibilities. So the point I'm making is, ta would start with understanding that what could be the what would be the pattern, underlying pattern in future. And the time reveals slowly like this, and ta would validate every day, every week maybe, and confirm that it is what we are thinking, and as an analyst. And if it is changing, you immediately say no, it's changing. So coming back to our pattern, so you may think, oh, this is head and shoulder, but like when in this example rectangle becomes square, when it will become square if there is consistency indicating that's a property of square, then you can say yeah, it is square, it is going to be square, and so on. And similarly, when you track this, you can say, oh, left hand side, this is head. But then ta would immediately recognize that it's deforming, it's changing. And then I'll say, no, you know what, it was trying to make a head and shoulder, but it's not. And that's what I wanted to explain here, that it changes the pattern as it reveals its next move, and I would say now it is not head and shoulder at all. That's why there is no downside risk, and that's why it's going up. But you see, it's you start with something, but you don't keep your mind closed and assume certain things, and then you validate the data that you get every day, and then you reconfirm your pattern recognition, and that's how you do then you determine that what is the next probable pattern. If it is changing, then what it is up to, and that's how TS stuff work. That's actually my work. That's how I do. So maybe, yeah, this is something new that not that I plan to explain, but I think this is a good topic. So anyone who is TA probably would appreciate what I just said, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so
No,
let's.
it's funny. It's funny. I really do appreciate it because it's one thing that I've been trying to work on lately is finding that next pattern. It's so key. You got to stay finding the next pattern.
Yeah, but I gave an example of rectangle and square. That's a good analogy. But now only thing is that's easier because it's a regular shape. This is tough because this is irregular shape. As simple as that. But with enough experience, this irregular shape will become regular for you. That day you will become a TA. And you won't need any indicator. Like I don't use. Chart should that's where I when I say chart will speak to you, this is what I mean. You will understand what chart is telling you, and you will start listening. Anyway, that's a different topic. I'll keep on talking about this. This is one of the topics where I can go, you know, go for long. I mean, talk a lot and all that. But we are recording this, so I'll stick to the script and move on. So, in short, BTC is looking amazing. Okay, nothing to doubt about at this moment. So enjoy. Cheers. Have a party. We can stop analysis actually. Why should we analyze everything? This is amazing. Just anyways, I'm just kidding. Okay, so um, BZRX is looking awesome. Sorry, not awesome. It's volatile. So even weekly scale, if you look at, so those who are new should note that if any chart is looking like this kind of a zigzag pattern, even on a weekly scale, that means that the chart is very much volatile. I mean, the coin is very much volatile. And if you're new, if you're a beginner, you should stay away. Not an advice, but experience that. Look for a chart which is non-volatile, like pretty, not having this kind of ups and down. Okay, that will give you a good start. Don't go by percentage gain. Never go by percentage gain. Not because your neighbor, sometime chatter will influence. Don't. So if you're new and if you think the chatter is disturbing you, I am trying to make sure. I think we have couple of members who try to promote couple of coins. So assume they are going to say, but don't get influenced by anyone. Okay, um,
Don't
don't get.
listen to JGO. Shilling Ripple.
We
No,
know who it
no,
is.
Justin is exception because he and XRP is married. Okay, so everybody knows it. So no matter
XRP
how,
or die.
yeah, so no matter how hard he tries, people know that he's going to talk about XRP no matter what. Okay, so
It reminds me of the scene BCH.
yeah. So anything that Justin talk about XRP, I think everybody should listen and everybody should forget about it later on.
Love it.
That's mean.
I love my XRP.
You
I
have
got
to
my
That's
two
me.
T-shirts at the house. I didn't
No.
burn them. I almost did.
Don't do it, Justin. I'm there with you, mate. XRP will go.
I think
Okay.
I may
Sorry.
buy a Dirge t-shirt soon.
XRP.
Sorry.
You need to
We
get an
support
opportunity
you with
t-shirt. You need to
XRP,
start
Justin.
listening.
Okay, so Justin and XRP is the only exception. Nobody other can shill any other coin. Okay, only Justin has a license. Okay.
To kill.
License to shield.
Yeah, someone's got it.
Market shorty, well done.
That's good. Okay, let's move on. Um, oops. A cake is moving up. This is, I think, this is not the best scale, but not that bad actually, because it doesn't have enough history here. But look at it; it's making progress. Nice, like couple of two, three green candles, one red, and but it's heading up. I'll give you R5. So far, so good. Comp. Nice consolidation after hitting R7. So this is a coin. Look at the consistency. When I talk about, there are a few coins, it's not just about comp, but it's like a nice move on a weekly scale, then a consolidation and a nice breakout. This is so simple, right? Unlike what you saw on BZRX, for example. So it's, I'm not saying there is no volatility. You would see a better coin than this, but you will start identifying that you will be able to rank them in terms of volatility. If there's little homework you have to do, and if you go to best practices, you can measure. There is a simple method, you measure the candle height and all, and also sometimes it's just visual thing, you know. Look for this candle wicks, and you will figure out whether there are like green red. If they're green, if there's no consistency in green, you will find out. This is a simple method, and then you can measure the height of the candle and see what is the percentage swing on a daily basis, and so on. If coin is noisy, when I say noisy means back to back, like green red kind of a, candle and upside, then that means that is noisy. I'm trying to be non-technical here, just in case you are new, and if it is too much, then I'm just trying to simplify that. Like BZRX, for example, like a lot of mix, like three, four green, and then again red, and three, and then red. There's no consistency, and you will see more like consistent. Let's say when we talk about consistency, look at this: green, couple of reds, but not a no new low, then couple of red. But look at the consistency. This is called consistency. So identify a coin which has this kind of chart, right? You will see chart like BTC, chart like ETH, chart like LTC, chart, I mean, VET. There are many. So don't say, I mean, these are not the only one, but the point is there's a few examples, and you will find this kind of consistency. So anyone who is new should have some coins, and not to just go after pumping coins. So it's all about making a balance. I mean, having a balance. Okay. CRV. This is under consolidation. So once it breaks above R8, you can then it should go up, but it's not making a huge wave. If you look at this coin, like it made progress, but not making a huge wave so far. So we'll see if it could make a huge one. For example, huge means what? Look at this one. From when it broke out, it made a huge wave before consolidation. But if you look at CRV, it broke out, but it made this much of. This is what I mean. Okay, and you don't have to measure. It's sometimes it's so visual. You know, it's everybody like started from here, and then look at this one, and look at BTC. So like that. Um, ETH, for example, we're fast forwarding. Look at the consistency. Look at this beauty. So that's what I mean. This is so important. So look at Dash. It's making progress, but look at this one. So there's so much of volatility. It made huge progress and it dumped like as if, so 1 week of good effort, 3 weeks it nullified everything. It reset the clock, and then huge move again, and again halfway, and then making move. So some coins are like this. You have to just you. So I often say that you choose coin as per your nature. It's like matchmaking, actually speaking, and you have to understand a coin and see which coin is good for you, not because your neighbor or someone is talking telling you. It should, you can have a look, but you cannot just buy because somebody is buying. And never ask opinion. You should never ask opinion. Trading is individual activity. On a macro resistance, I turn off the chat for a reason. I'm bringing up that point for a reason, because I started seeing question, hey, what I'm doing, what you're doing. No, I mean, I'm not saying you should not ask or you cannot ask, but the point is, the whole idea of macro resistance is to, you got a navigation there, you got a map, and you got a levels, and you are starting your journey, and it's so easy to do that. You are not supposed to ask anyone, actually. You charge, you should follow your of course your planning, but it's you have to do it, but otherwise you will never learn trading. If you keep asking other, you will never learn trading. And especially for the macro resistance, it's like a buffet table. I'm telling you, it's food is cooked, food is organized, it's listed which one is where, and everything is on table. You have to just see and time it. That's it. So the point is, and in that I saw discussion, that means not right. I mean, so that's why purposefully I disabled the channel, because I mean, chatting is fine, but the point is, chatting should not influence. So you can talk about other, but for macro feature, I purposefully turn off for that reason. Otherwise, you will never experience. Doge, what to say about Doge? Awesome, like amazing move, consolidation, amazing move, little bit of pullback, and now it is behaving as if nothing happened. By the way, this fall was not a small fall. This wasn't small one. If I measure it, this correction was 60% correction, 60 plus 64% correction. So it wasn't small at all. But look at it now. It says where is the? I mean, it just, it's in good mood. Simple. So when you take a coin, I'll, again, not trying to scare you, but if you're taking Doge, assume it could end up with this kind of a move on the downside. And if you're scared, what is the right way? Exposure, how much you allocate. Okay, you have to double check on that, because those who have seen, you don't get enough time, and not necessarily the way it moved up, not necessarily the next one will move up so quickly. You might end up in a long, long, long consolidation, or who knows until what time. We don't know. So this was 64% drop, but it recovered so fast. But the next one, who knows? Like for example, this one, this was a pretty long consolidation, and if you look at this one, this was awfully long, like multi months, multi weeks. So if it drops from whatever level, who knows? I mean, what if, what if it, what if it ends up in a long consolidation? So that's the point. So be careful.
Yeah. I feel like we didn't get a blow off top yet.
Yeah, yeah. I have next resistance, so I maybe 2.2 could be a level. Who knows? But this is old one, so I should delete it, because this is not a right one. So I don't want to assume that this is the right one. This is an old analysis that I had, but I don't think it will stop at R8. But point is, I don't want to assume things with certainty, like what you just said. Um, right now, this is not a top. I know, because there is no sign, but I would say we'll have a validation. I think there's enough firepower to break above R8, and but a lot of people are going to short at one. What I hear from Twitter, because I think Mark Cuban mentioned about one, the $1 mark is like kind of a benchmark at this moment. Everybody thinks that that's the top. So yesterday I tweeted for that reason. Actually, I didn't want to create sensation, and I don't have enough followers to create sensation, but that was not the idea. But I think one, like everybody's saying $1 is the top, and I said $1 is not the top, so I just made my statement. So uh, so it
That's
is
good.
going, yeah. So
Very good.
it's going to react because everybody is looking for one, and there will be some orders set for one. When I say one means I think 0.993 or 97, that kind of range. Starting with 0.93, I would say you have to be high alert, on high alert, because as I said, they are going to dump, probably looking at the data. And but I don't think um, they will. Okay, I'm not trying to speculate a lot, but if I have to, I would say that dump is likely to be temporary. And the reason being, the BTC is actually creating a next cycle, next wave, and I don't think Doge is going to sit idle and doing nothing. It's going to move along with others. So from that logic, and also we don't know what will happen, how bad it would be near R8, near 0.93 to $1 range, but the market is actually making a move. The BTC is making a new wave or leg, so to speak. So I don't think Doge is going to sit quiet. So there is going to be some action here, but I would say that will be a great opportunity. So maybe if everybody is selling, you have the R8. If they dump, then I think that will become an opportunity, and I'll highlight that on Discovery.
Is that something you can highlight if people are dumping, like mass dumping? Is that something that's even predictable?
Dumping is not predictable, but the levels is probable, right? I mean, this is a resistance. People are talking about one, and we also got 0.93. And yesterday I was looking at 0.97 is also resistance. So 0.93 and 0.97 is a resistance from a technical point of view, from my calculation point of view. So, and everybody's talking about one. So who knows? It might actually dump at 0.93, 0.97, and everybody who is actually trying to dump at one might not be able to sell. Yeah. So, but the point is, I think I'm not going to, what my strategy is simple. I'll share my stuff. Okay. I'm not going to touch. I have two set of coins, one on exchange, one on not on exchange. So I'm not going to touch that, which is I'm parking, because to me trend is not broken. Okay, I'm following approach A for that. Okay, I'm going to add more. If not add more, I would keep the same because I have enough. I don't want to overexpose. But I have certain coins which I shuffle. So I do have on exchange. So I would, on R8 I'll be alert, and then try to book profit maybe if it starts dumping, and then buy back on bottom. But other half, or other part that I'm talking about, I'll not touch it. That is for approach A. So I have two clear approach A and approach B, and I'm not going to mix up. I don't mix up.
And then when you said you will let us know in Discovery, means you will tell us the bottom, right?
Bottom.
Yeah,
I will,
exactly. That's
if
it.
I'm aware.
That's it.
If I'm
That's
aware.
Yeah.
It depends.
So we know.
You know he's got our back. He's gonna highlight it.
I know.
We're all going to be watching SNL anyway on Nolu's Zoom. Nolu's doing Zoom, so he can shout. He can shout. Right back, man.
SNL, by the way, where is Lena? We have to catch her. Lena is going to share a link. It's on her.
No
And
pressure.
Tina's doing it. I thought Nola was inviting us to his place.
I'm fine. His place. I can fly
Other
that.
than the
Drinks on the
virtual-
house? Nolo?
Bring your own.
I think I
Yeah,
think
no,
we
I've
need
got-
okay.
I've got YouTube TV, so I figured that I could just share my screen on a Zoom call. But whatever y'all want to do.
Split your screen so we can have the Doji chart on one side and SNL on the other.
Okay, can you play that on laptop and then we could
I should be able to, right? Or I can give you my YouTube TV login and you can share your
No, no,
screen.
no,
I mean,
no, no.
however-
No, we will. I think we'll open a Zoom call. You share your screen.
Yeah.
It will be audio video. Same thing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't need to share
Cool.
anything. You don't need to
Cool.
share credential. Okay, so deal then. Okay, Lena is off the hook. That's all right.
Ah,
Okay, so Doge, as I said, I think we'll be on alert near R8, and we'll have to be, but not in terms of panicking. I mean, we should not panic, in my opinion. We should anticipate there is going to be a big move near this. But my hunch is those who are going to sell will FOMO later. We'll see.
oh yeah, Justin's for sure gonna FOMO.
Nah, dude, I'm holding all the way.
Justin's gonna
I've
sell
been
it.
holding.
you're not.
I've been holding Doge since 26 cents on leverage.
Oh my gosh!
You're not.
Diamond hands.
You're not.
Tell you.
Now we know who's the next millionaire now.
No, I didn't have that much in. I mean, I did have a lot in it, but not a million.
I see.
He's gonna dump it.
Yeah, I'm dumping at 93. Everyone,
Let's sell before Tokyo.
don't sell it $1 because I'm dumping prior.
And
Okay,
then buying back at 150.
Yeah, and then bottom fish at about 48 cents.
You
See,
hope.
Justin got up there. Okay, I think I had to move on. Otherwise, he's going to take over my call.
Yeah.
Dot is consolidating nicely. Now it's on. It's ready to move on the upside. Looking pretty good to me. This pattern is good. EGLD is also shaping it nicely. So I think these are like similar pattern I see. EOS we know it has done amazingly. This is this retracement that you see is not a big one in a bigger scheme. In simple words, look at the consistency of coin. This is like a coin which highly consistent, and you don't need to be TA. You just need to see it visually and you will get it. Awesome coin. This guy's FIR is gathering energy and it had amazing performance. But sometime, as I said about band, those we cannot just assume unless it proves. So we can expect it to continue on the upside like it did. Why not? But I think let it break above this level 196, then we'll come to know more about 191, that 196 kind of a level. So I think this is still under consolidation, and then unless it comes near R16, I'm not expecting any huge move. But still, even this move is actually in terms of percentage is not bad. It's 40-50%. But real fun would be above R16. We'll see how soon it goes. FTIM is also looking good, um, really looking good. This is near breakout, a little bit hesitant, but not a problem. Green, the macro pattern is good. If you track this coin on a daily basis, it is so annoying. And if you look at this orange line, you will understand this is a false breakout for sure. And but now look at it's completing the right hand side pattern. I'm just keeping it for now because it's not falling. If it lose this momentum, I'll get rid of it. At this moment, it is at the same place as it was, and I'm interested in this. If somebody is interested in a long term view, not someone who is, but because if this is a crazy coin, actually, I think we don't have many crazy coin. I think this is the only crazy coin probably we are having at this moment. So this is a crazy coin for sure. So if it goes up, it is going to make huge move both ways, up and down. So we have one crazy coin for sure. GRT is shaping up. I think I think I'll give some more days for it to come up, maybe a week, and then see, because after R9, above R9, we should see how it does. So this is building energy at this moment. Each bar is also consolidating, nothing much to add. It has to break above this resistance. HNT has been consistently good, consolidating near top. So this is a good coin from setup point of view. Look at that. Even it didn't correct much in recent correction, holding up pretty well. ICX is also bounced pretty well quickly and now consolidating, which is looking good to me. See, all this previous resistance play a role, and they don't just ignore it. You will see some, wake up on and try breakout attempts like this, but this is a heavy resistance zone for sure. And sometimes you have to just consider it as a zone, like not just one line of specific price. IATA is making progress slowly. This is comparatively a volatile coin now, not like it wasn't like that in past. Like this one, look at this. Maybe I should turn off the volume. This was pretty consistent, but if you look at this, is not so consistent. That's how it is. KCS has been doing really well. They pull back under consultation, which is fine. Link has hit R7, okay, and it's really making good progress now. It is out of all resistance now, near R7, so it's on the upside, looking good to me. LTC is also looking good. It's at near all-time high, as you could see. On Coinbase it went, you see higher level, but on other exchange it is 367 or 360 370 is the all-time high, previous all-time high. So it has actually broke above for some exchange, for moments, and then, but anyway, so on a macro scale, LTC is looking amazing. And this kind of a coin actually allows you to go for approach A if you're not following approach A, because it reset the clock and it gives you a new wave on the upside, and then you can ride that wave, and you can proudly say, I bought at 300 range later on after a few weeks. Right now you won't appreciate that, but you will see that it will not see 300 levels in few days. Then you will say, oh yeah, you know what, I bought in 300 range.
Did you say 300?
Right now in 300 range of 300, right?
He's talking about LTC, I believe. not
Yeah.
mana.
Oh, I thought you were talking about mana.
No,
Oh,
no, no.
I'm sorry. I
No, no.
oh my bad, my bad, my bad. So mana is near breakout.
Loading up on
Hopefully
mana.
300.
It's near breakout. No, sorry, no way.
No worries, my bad.
Yeah, no. It's I actually I was speaking and clicked on next one. Anyway, so Matic had an amazing move last week, and then now this is under consolidation. We have a couple of levels set. So, but look for a breakout like previous high. That's why I have this orange dotted line, because this sometime could take time, and you don't want to stuck in it if you don't want to. Maker is making progress. Look at this; is also pretty consistent. This is more even consistent compared to past, actually speaking. Some coins did well earlier and then not so consistent. This is a coin which was not so consistent or more volatile, but now it is making real progress. Look at that. So this is the change in characteristic you have to identify over time. You cannot just keep the same mindset. Like people change, coin change. Uh, Nano is also consolidating, but it's volatile coin. Volatile, very volatile coin. Be careful. Neo is making progress. Pullback is yesterday night. This is much better now. It's consolidating here, but nice looking chart. NKN was added when the market started correcting. So this is just a victim of the market correction. To me, um, it's not bad at this moment. Consolidating. I think it has found a bottom here, but this is not a good coin at this moment from opportunity point of view. It has to move up where it was earlier, and then we'll see. OMG is a volatile coin comparatively. Okay, it broke up bow and then retraced a lot, but this is how it moves. So far, it has been moving like that. So be careful. You need more patience, resilience. ONT is making progress. You can expect it to make bigger move on ONT side. This is like this is similar to BCH. This is similar to EOS. QTEM is also same category. It has hit the target resistance precisely. So what QTEM has done, you might see the same thing from ONT. Both of them are identical in terms of setup. Only thing is QTEM is ahead in the game. REN, not bad. It's coming out slowly, but it has to at least reach 1.45 for us to pay attention. At this moment, it doesn't attract me. RSR, same thing. It has to break above R8 for me to think about anything. For this can be ignored. SKL is near breakout. So this has tried to break above multiple times. And if you look at it's following this trend line pretty well. So it's just a matter of time. Once it breaks above, this is going to be the next stop, and then and so on, and then. But this is looking good to me. Pretty good. It could double in very short time if once this is broken above. So let's see. Sol has been consistent, awesome coin, but be careful not to assume. I think look for the upper boundary 51 something 51 52, and not to jump in hurry because this could extend its consolidation like this. It could pull back even bit even and make a bigger consolidation zone like this. So be careful about it. I would not I would not jump into this one unless it sees, I mean, it breaks above this previous high. Approach has could be slow, yeah, but this is a quality coin. like nothing to. This is awesome coin actually. The setup wise, SRM has been also doing well. It's like charging up pretty good. Sushi is coming out of consolidation, so I think R13 is the important level for it. Once it breaks above R13, then we should pay attention. At this moment, this can be ignored, in my opinion. Once it breaks above R13, then it makes sense. SXP is good in a macro scale. If you look at it, it's near all-time high, okay, and consolidating here. So this requires more patience. Also, this is volatile coin, so be mindful that the ride may not be easy. It could be bumpy. Dell has been amazing. It has hit the resistance. The next one is nearby, but now yesterday I was talking about this coin that it has already hit two resistance. I would not pay too much attention to this coin, and probably we can safely remove this coin also because it has done its job too. And why I'm saying safely, because if someone buys this coin, then I'm not sure if this coin could offer the same value. That's my interpretation at this moment, but you never know. So I'm right now I'm keeping it, but with this message that you may not see this kind of move continuing unless there is a major consolidation. So it could happen here at this moment or next level. But if it breaks above and continue, then I would be amazed. In simple words, it's not that it cannot do, but probability wise, I don't think it is going to continue like this unless it goes through some consolidation. That's my take. So that's why it has done good job, but I would not expect anything more at this moment unless it breaks above this level. So be careful with Dell. That is coming out awesome. It's going to break above R13, and I think it's likely to break above. I mean, and then it would be really start. Yeah, it would really look good. This is still good, and this is also one of the coins amazingly good. Look at that consistency. I mean, amazing percentage move as well, not just consistency, but awesome coin. But right now it's under consolidation, so yeah. TRX is not okay sort of coin. I mean, nothing great about it. It's consolidating here. Maybe we can remove this coin. There's no value add. Uni is looking good. It's consolidating near R10. The pattern is weird. I don't like pattern of Uni. It's weird. It's little chaotic. Even it's yeah it's it was really good here, but now not so good. But yeah, I'll give one couple of weeks, but the setup is good. That's why I think next couple of weeks we would know how it is doing. I mean, how it may, because this has come out from consolidation, but this week it's doing something different. So I'm interested to see what it does next week. That will tell us a lot. So next call, we'll have more understanding on its next move, not this one, not this week. VT has been consistent. This is one of the coins that I'm out of many, some which are like good ones in terms of consistency. Awesome. Waves is also all. Recently, it has broken above all-time high and making progress. So really looking good. BTC is making progress, but it's like hesitant, slowly, but not bad. I had to keep an eye on BTC. Okay, XLM, not bad on a weekly scale, but still, I mean, if you look at it, it's wavy. So a lot of volatility here. If you are holding it for longer, then it's all right. But if you're trading, then this is not easy to trade. This is not at all easy to trade because this percentage move is also too much. It could simply eat up your stop loss if it is too close, like, because it's more like 20% range. XLM as a XRP is similar. Both XRP XLM move similar. XRP has different pattern recently because it was under investigation. It is still, but that's why there's a difference in pattern. Otherwise, if you overlap, then XRP and XML is identical. Try to do it by yourself. Use this tool and then use this compare and add XLM for example, and then you overlap. You will see the both of them are alike. So you don't need to buy, I mean, you if you're buying XRP, you don't need to buy XLM and vice versa, that kind of thing. um, because both are similar in pattern. Now, anyways, but XRP is still under controversy, so any coin that is under legal case, I don't like. So I may remove this coin um, if the case is not settled, because it is not good for members, because if something bad news comes out, it will just dump. And I think I want to keep any coin which is not into any kind of legal case, as simple as that, because those are vulnerable and I don't want those kind of coins no matter what.
If you overlap the Doge over the XRP, they almost match up perfectly.
I disagree, but that's all right.
I'll send a screenshot. I'll show you guys.
Sure. XTC is volatile. Okay, I mean, it used to be good, but now I'm not so interested. It's not impressive enough. Actually, I'm just keeping it because it's in Coinbase and US, for US, members in US, so get an opportunity, and also one of the top ones in terms of market cap. So I'm just keeping it. Otherwise, there's nothing so impressive about XTZ. Inconsistent. Wi-Fi is also wavy, but at least it's making progress. I personally don't like this kind of pattern, but every other week it's up and down, and it's. But if somebody is just interested, but there's no value, so I think this is another coin where like it moved up 200%, but like in last 4 months. But there are so many coins did much better. So YFI, XTZ, XRP, I don't see. I might remove them. In, uh, Zen is doing well. As simple as that. It's been consistent. Look at the wave. Pretty good. I'll give R9. And Zilliqa also amazingly well. Is coming back. So if you look at it's approaching R11. So, and look at the past also. Awesome move, consolidation, awesome move, consolidation, and then of course each and every coin corrected. So this is part of it. But this is also amazing coin. That ends the. I think I somehow I KNC is not showing up. No, not KNC, but yeah, KNC. I don't know why it doesn't show up. No, which one is? No, we have
ACS.
KCS. Sorry, we have seen it, right? Or did I?
Did I miss it? I missed it.
No, you looked at it. You did look at it.
Yeah. We have. Sorry, my bad. For
Scored
some
it.
reason, I thought not. Okay, so I'll stop my recording. We end the call here.